Okay, so welcome back to Al Talks. I've got been a very interesting week, and decided try out a couple different things. A vlog I mentioned before. Well, I mentioned that on Instagram I put up a video of just me going up to the Halfpenny Bridge Inn, just checking it out, and so I decided, let's make a series out of it. Sorry. It'll be my third series on this channel. The first one, obviously, is the main podcast and the short clips, which one I haven't done in ages. But the loose schedule for the vlog series, try and put them up on Thursdays. Probably won't be very long. It'll be like a short little clip. If anyone has seen it on Instagram, I uploaded there originally, but I decided, to make it into a little series. So I'm walking home from work last night, and I'm listening to Joey Diaz podcast. The last one from last Wednesday when he had Cassius Morrison on. Cassius Morrison was, he was a 12, 13-year-old kid when Joey met him. He was on his podcast, but this kid has continued to podcast, and he's now 22. He's now 23. And 10 years of dedication. When I was talking about in my last episode about work ethic and dedication, 10 years is 10 years is a long time to do anything. I think Uncle Joey's first podcast, church was happening now, that went on for about 8.5 years. Mark Maron has been doing podcasting for well over 10 years at this stage. So it's 10 years is a huge achievement. I've been I've started this year at the 12th of January. I shall see in the future how things go, but obviously it is so obviously early stages, but still just wanted to give information that. So new series starting that come on Tuesdays, or not Tuesdays, sorry, Thursdays. The main podcast will be out on Tuesdays, or depending on the schedule, because this last couple of weeks have been hectic, as you've probably seen from the upload schedule yourselves. So I'm going to try and gonna try and stick to it once a week. It might be on Tuesday, mightn't be that, but if it's not, I'll keep you informed on my social medias, my Facebook, Alex the stand up, and then on Instagram I'm Al Talks podcast. So always check those out. I'll keep you up to date. I'll try and be a bit more active on Instagram now as well, because I really enjoy it. It's even other comedians that I look at their Instagrams, probably one of the best Instagrams there is Snoop Dogg's. He's got very interesting videos and photos that he uploads quite a lot. But kind of get back around to during the Cassius Morris episode, Joey Diaz mentioned, he's talking about that if he ever won, this is a couple episodes back, he's talking about if he ever won the lotto, or not even the lottery, just acquired a huge amount of money, that he would move to England and visit all the places. So he'd move to London and he'd just set up a podcast studio and just podcast for the rest of his life. And he'd want to visit places like Birmingham, where obviously Judas Priest and Ozzy Osbourne started their careers, and he'd want to go to Abbey Road and see where Pink Floyd recorded and stuff like that. And then he started talking about Ireland and how in Ireland I didn't know this actually, so he was talking about how in Ireland there's a mural of Cuban. I think it's something like Free Cuba, something along those lines. But he said that a lot of people from after the Battle of the Boyne in 1662, all the people that were, the army that was defeated, they all left and they ended up living in Cuba. So Cuba has always had this huge Irish population because of that, there's, and he always said there was always kids in Cuba with Irish surnames. And that was the reason behind it, Joey's wife, Terry, she's an Irish woman herself, an Irish from the south. So, no, it was a cool little thing, it's just all of a sudden for Joey to mention that, like, especially for me who lives in Ireland, that, that this Cuban mural, that might be for the vlog to go visit that mural. That would be pretty cool, I think. Do you not? Yeah, I think it'd be pretty cool to go visit that, to be honest. So that, yeah, I was just, when I was listening to it when I was walking home from work, and I was just like, wow, that's amazing, it's pretty good. So yeah, could be a pretty good vlog idea. Everything is kind of easing up here in Ireland currently. So next month they'll have indoor dining up, and I was reading through the list of restrictions that they're hoping to lift, and soon they will have. Well, they said they can have performances for up to 50 people inside. Now, obviously, from the vlog that you'll see later on this week, you'll just see the outside of the building. But the place where I perform, realistically, can hold, I think the first night I was there was maybe, I'd say about 20-25 people comfortably. So even if, there's an opportunity for me to perform next month, even with social distancing, you could, 15-20 people can fit in there, no problem. And even if it's an audience of 10, I don't mind. Like, I haven't, let me just see when the last time I was actually doing stand-up. Yeah, the last time I did stand-up was the 27th of February 2020. So we're now in nearly at the end of June. It's been, well over a year. So if I get to do a set, like, it would all be obviously dependent on what the COVID figures are for Ireland for the next few weeks. But they've remained relatively low. There isn't a lot of people in ICU and not that many people that are in hospital with COVID. So yeah, that's massive, obviously, because they obviously I'll have to be a kind of, I have been working on material. There's a couple of things I want to try, new stuff, but I was saying, like, I really want to refine the original material that I came up with a year after performing. Just as a little, one of my friends, the other day, we were sitting down having fun, and he asked us, let's, like, just for, how will I put it, just for like an outside perspective, do you mind doing one of your jokes? And I was like, yeah, go on. So I, stood up, but then there was a microphone in my hand, and that's why I have the microphone now without a stand, to get back to, kind of get used to having the mic in my hand, I suppose. So yeah, really looking forward to that if that happens. So I think that's it pretty much for this episode. I don't know, we'll see how things go, really, but I'd say in the next couple of weeks, maybe, fingers crossed it's all good, but I think maybe there'll be a chance that you might see me. Well, obviously I won't, I think I'll probably will start recording my sets, but I won't release them because I will listen to many comics advice that mention the fact that you should not release anything within the first year of doing stand-up. So Obviously, I've been doing it for a bit longer now. It's the 22nd of August 2019, but after COVID, we weren't allowed to perform. So, realistic, I was thinking about this. I would say I have maybe I've done 3 open mics, maybe people that do multiple open mics. So, we shall see. But anyway, new series out on Thursday, and I'll see you all next week. There might be a vlog next week or not. I don't know. I'm not gonna be. It's not gonna be. It might be a regular thing. Mightn't be. It all really kind of depends. So there's that, and I will see you all next week.